The canton of Valais is one of the 26 cantons of Switzerland, situated in the southwestern part of the country, around the valley of the Rhône from its headwaters to Lake Geneva, separating the Pennine Alps from the Bernese Alps. The canton is simultaneously one of the driest regions of Switzerland in its central Rhône valley and among the wettest, having large amounts of snow and rain up on the highest peaks found in Switzerland. The canton of Valais is widely known for the Matterhorn and resort towns such as Saas-Fee, Verbier, and Zermatt. It is composed of 13 districts and its capital is Sinn. History. The Romans called the upper Rhône valley Vallis Poenina. The Vallis Poenina was won by the Romans after a great fight at Octodorus in 57 BC, and was so thoroughly Romanized that both the Celtic original inhabitants and the Germanic Burgundian invaders of the 5th century, became Romance-speaking peoples. According to a tradition which can be traced back to the middle of the 8th century, the Theban legion was martyred at Agornum about 285 or 302. From 888 onwards the lands were part of the Kingdom of Huron-Burgundy. Valais formed part of the Kingdom of Transjuran-Burgundy, which fell to the Holy Roman Empire in 1032. It became part of the Duchy of Burgundy Minor, which was held from the emperors by the House of Tsar Currency-Hringen. In 999, King Rudolf III of Burgundy gave all temporal rights and privileges to the Bishop of Sinn, who was later styled Prefect and Count of the Valais and is still a Prince of the Holy Roman Empire. The Count Bishops then struggled to defend their area against the Tsar Currency-Ringer and then the Dukes of Savoy, so that the medieval history of the Valais is inextricably linked with that of the Diocese of Sinn. The Dukes of Savoy, however, succeeded in winning most of the land west of Sinn, while in the upper part of the valley there were many feudal lords, such as the Lords of Raran, those of La Tour-Châtelaine, and the Counts of Visp. About the middle of the 13th century, the large communities began to develop independence and grow in power. The name Zenden or tithings probably came from a very ancient division of the bishop's manors for administrative and judicial purposes. In the same century the upper part of the valley was colonized by Germans from Harzley in the canton of Bern. The locals became German-speaking, though many Romance local names still remain. In 1354 the liberties of several of the 7 Zenden were confirmed by the Emperor Charles IV. By the late 14th century, the Counts of Savoy acquired the bishopric of Sinn. The Zenden resisted his attempts to gather both spiritual and secular power in the valley. Indiana, 1375-76, Zenden forces crushed the army of the House of La Tour-Châtelaine, and in 1388 utterly defeated the forces of the bishop, the count and his nobles at Visp. The German-speaking Zendens spread further into the valley. Starting in 1384 the Morge stream was recognized as the boundary between Savoyard, French-speaking Lower Valais and German-speaking Episcopal Upper Valais. During the Raran Affair rebellion in 1414–1420, some cantons of the Swiss Confederation took sides in the Valais. Lucerne, Uri and Unterwalden supported the Upper Valais rebels, while Bern supported the noble Raran family. The uprising was successful in driving out the Rarans, and almost brought the Confederation to civil war. With the election of Walther von Super-Saxe of Conches as bishop in 1457, the German-speaking part of the valley finally won the supremacy. At the outbreak of the Burgundian War in 1475 the Bishop of Sinn and the Zenden made a treaty with Bern. In November of the same year they seized all Lower or Savoyard Valley up to Martigny. In March 1476, after the victory of Grand Sun, they advanced and captured St. Maurice, Evian, Thunen and Munthy. They had to give up the last 3 districts in 1477, but won them again in 1536. In the Treaty of Thunen in 1569, Munthy, Valdliers and Bouveret were permanently annexed to the Valais. These conquered districts in the Lower Valais were always ruled as subject lands by the Bishop and Zenden of the Upper Valais. On March 12, 1529, Valais became an associate member of the Swiss Confederation. The Valais resisted the Protestant Reformation, remaining faithful to the Roman Catholic Church. In 1628 the Valais became a republic, the Ra Copyright Publique des Citoyens République des Siebenzehrhänden, under the guidance of the Prince Bishop of Sinn and the Bailey. The bishop remained in power until 1798 when Napoleon's troops invaded the Valais and declared a revolutionary République publique du Valais, which was swiftly incorporated into the Helvetic Republic until 1802 when it became the separate Haudanic Republic. In 1810 the Haudanic Republic was annexed by Napoleonic France as the Département of Simplon. Independence was restored in 1813. And on August 4, 1815 the Valais finally entered the Swiss Confederation as a canton. In 1845, the Valais joined the Catholic Separate League, which led to what is called the Sunderbund War. 99,000 Swiss federal troops under General Henri Dufour were faced by 79,000 separatists, but in the end the Valais chose not to fight. Geography. The canton of Valais lies in the southwest of Switzerland. To its south lies Italy, to the southwest France. To the north the canton is bounded by the Swiss cantons of Vaud and Bern. The cantons of Uri and Ticino lie to its east. The wide, glacial Rhône Valley dominates the area. There are many side valleys which branch off the main valley. These vary from narrow and remote to reasonably populous and popular. At the head of the Mattertal Valley lies Zermatt, a pretty tourist village dominated by views of the Matterhorn. 50 of the mountains exceed 4,000 m, with the highest, Monte Rosa, reaching 4,634 meters, and there are numerous glaciers including several of the largest in the Alps. The Rhône drains almost the entire canton and flows in the main valley from east to west down to Martigny, then in a right angle north to its mouth in Lake Geneva. After the small town of Saint-Maurice, the northeastern banks of the river belong to the canton of Vaud. However, two areas are located on the south side of the Alps and are drained by the Po, the valley south of the Simplon Pass and the small area south of the Great St. Bernard Pass. The main valley is bounded by the Bernese Alps in the north and the Pennine Alps in the south. Other ranges situated partially in Valais are the Chablais Alps, the Mont Blanc Massif, the Erna Alps and the Lipentine Alps. Only about half of the total area is considered productive. Political subdivisions. Districts. Valais is divided into 14 districts: Lower Valais, Conthie with capital Conthie, Intremont with capital Simbrincha, Rennes with capital Vex, Martigny with capital Martigny, Monthie with capital Monthie, Saint-Maurice with capital Saint-Maurice, Upper Valais, Brig with capital Brig-Glis, Goms with capital Mar 1/4 Nste Luc with capital Luc, Lstlich Raron with capital Mar paragraph Relfilet, Westlich Raron with capital Raron, Sayre with capital Sayre, Sin with capital Sin, Visp with capital Visp. Municipalities. There are 143 municipalities in the canton. Demographics: the western part of Valais is French-speaking, while the eastern part is German-speaking. The language border crosses the Rhône between the towns of Sayre and Saldish and follows the mountain ridge including Bellatola, Welleshorn and Dent Blanche. At the 2000 census, 62.8% of the population of Valais spoke French or Occitan, 28.4% spoke German or Walser German, 2.2% spoke Italian and 6.6% spoke other languages. Only 114 people reported speaking Romansh. The canton is thinly populated. Its population is 331,763. As of 2007, the population included 57,061 foreigners, or about 19.1% of the total population. The largest towns are the capital Sin, Monthie, Sayre, Martigny and Brig-Glis. There is no major city located in the canton. As of 2000, 81% of the population is Roman Catholic, while only 6% are Protestant. Economy. Primary sector wine and fruit cognacs, for example. Mean production and tourism are some of the main industries of the canton. Agriculture is important, particularly cattle breeding in the mountains and dairy farming in the plains. The wine industry of the canton is the largest in Switzerland. There are also a large number of orchards in the area, and saffron is also gathered here. Secondary sector. Europe's tallest gravity dam is located at Grand-Auxonce in the canton. Hydroelectric power plants from the canton produce about a quarter of Swiss electricity. The west part and the most industrial region of the canton is called Chablais. The area is very important for the economy. The lands from the Valais part of Lake Geneva to the town of Street Maurice are located in the Chablais. There are a lot of factories, the most important are the subsidiaries of Novartis in Syngenta, in Monthie. In the town of Colombey-Muras, there is an oil refinery. Near Visp there is a large aluminium processing plant. Other metal products and chemicals are produced around Visp and Sayre, including Swiss Diamond International Aluminum Cookware. Tertiary sector the Valais has a long touristic tradition. Hoteliers were at the base of the development of Valais tourism. Many of them, such as car copyright Czar Ritz, spent time and money to satisfy a clientele from around the world. The Valais counts more than 120 winter and summer destinations, including Goms Fi Sheikh Gashorn, Belwald, Bin, Ernan, Obergoms, Oberwald, Alech, Betmeralp, Viscaralp, Riedrolp, Briglis and surrounding area, Blatten, Beelalp, Mond, Termen, Burgish, Visp and surrounding area, Vespertimin, Bar 1/4 Chen, Askell, Stalden, Tar Paragraph RBEL, Unterbecurrency Ch, Zermatt with Matterhorn and the largest summer ski area of Switzerland, on the southern slopes of Briathorn reachable from the cable car station of the Klein Matterhorn, Saars Valley, Saars Vie, Saars Ormigel, Saars Grund with Vie Glacier, the second largest ski area of was in Switzerland, Lukabad. Sayre, Salknen and Annaviers, Chandelin, St. Luc, Grimants, Verkerin, Zinal, Crans-Montana, Sin and surrounding area, Anzari, Val de Copyright Rennes, Arolla, Eugene, A Volany, Ha Copyright Ra Copyright Mentz, Maze, St. Martin, Four Valais Copywriters Ski Area, Nendes, Verbier, Vessonnaz, Thean Les Collins, Mayens de Ridis Lot Zumas, Chablais and Ports du Soleil, Champa Copywriter Y, Champoussin, Morgins, Les Crozets, Torgan, Wildliers, Le Bouveret, St. Maurice, Monthie, Vionas, St. Gingolf, St. Bernard Region, Les Mara Copyright Cots, Brusen, La Fowlie, Champex, Vicherez Lidas. The Matterhorn near Zermatt is one of the biggest tourist attractions in the Swiss mountains, as is its sister valley immediately east Saars Vie. Other parts of the mountains of the canton further west are popular as well, such as the more French-speaking resorts near Verbier and the Yvelines and Arolla region. The resorts on the north side of the main Rhône Valley are popular, looking out southwards towards the Pennine Alps and still part of the southern slope of the Bernese Alps, such as the family-oriented resort of Crans-Montana. The resorts in the Goms are slightly less known, yet also receive attention during the summer hiking season and the winter ski season. Transport. A small airport is located at Sin, but the main routes of transport are rail and road. Both networks are extensive and benefit from tourism. There are 3 major rail tunnels at the Simplon, La Paragraphe TSCHBERG and Furka and a road tunnel at the Great Street Bernard. Many of the road passes are well known, such as the Grimsel Pass. The longest land tunnel in the world, the La Paragraphe TSCHBERG base tunnel, is in operation since late 2007, connecting by rail the town of Fruitigen in Canton Bern, with the town of Visp in Canton Valais Wallis. This is to better allay car traffic in the highly scenic Kandital, and also to provide faster transport through the Bernese Alps from the populous Mittelland in the north to the southern canton of Valais. Cars may be loaded onto the trains as freight. The old train line still carries traffic, particularly road traffic, as freight, and has highly scenic sections in both cantons on either side of the old tunnel through the dividing ridgeline, yet is somewhat slower than the new route, which is a much longer tunnel section. Because of the tourism, there are many mountain railways and cable cars in the mountains. The scenic rail route across the Furka Pass originates in the canton of Valais. See also, La Nova List, Franco-Provena section Our language, List of mountains of Valais. Notes and references. External links, Cantonal Government, official information from Valais Wallis Promotion, official statistics.